100% Chelsea. We've won at last. 3 points on the board. What's your impression over today? Happy?
Yeah, I was very pleased, very pleased. It's always difficult when you play teams like Norwich, well, not teams like Norwich, but anyone that comes to Stamford Bridge, they're always going to get behind the ball, make that block, make it very difficult for us, so it's always going to be hard. So, to get through that, obviously you've got to try and play through it, like we do, or you've got to try and get around the sides. Now, there's a tactic I spoke of just now, well, not a tactic, a particular thing that happens. Yeah. When Ivanovic is over in the space and we quickly switch the play, there is an avenue of space down the right-hand side. Hazard comes into that space, but the ball doesn't go there. I don't know if that's a tactic and they're following managers' tactics, but say Ivanovic will then come inside, and then all of a sudden they've shifted out the other side. Norwich has shifted in this instance, has shifted over, and then they've got their block in place. When you switch the play, you switch the play because this is where the space is. Exactly. So if this is where the space is, utilise it, and you need to be playing the ball quicker. But Ivanovic is a good player, but just sometimes, like today, for example, and I don't want to be critical of him or any Chelsea player, you need to play quicker. Balls into space, Hazard move, or whoever, but it's mainly Hazard today, give it to him, Because although he's got a player tracking him, we know what Hazard's like. One player tracking him, you turn him inside out. So that's the point I was going to make.
No, that is a really good point, and that is a good one that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Other one is obviously Diego Costa. The fact that he's meant to be up there banging in goals, and he finds himself on that wing every single time.
But, if you look at the modern forward, all of them nowadays, Thierry Henry pulls out to the left. They pull out to the left. If they've got maybe someone that's marking them and they move out there, they're then, that player who's originally marking is then tracking someone else, although he then stays out there and he doesn't move back in. If I was a forward and I was moving out away from the markers, they switch off, then I come back in. But you've got to do it quicker. Exactly. You don't stay out there. You are an option, I know, obviously going out there, but you look at all the modern forwards, like I say, and I don't know why that is. If I had a centre forward, I'd have him working the width of the box.
Exactly.
Not any further out. You need to be central. Look at Didier. Well, actually, Didier even started to come out wide sometimes, but he could actually cross.
He could do it.
He could actually cross the ball in from the right really well. He was very good. But Diego, no, he's a good player. He's a top striker, but there was an instant in the first half, where he was grappling with the player. It was just that player inside the box, and he went down. All right? He went down. I want to see you trying to get to that flipping ball. If you get knocked off the ball, I don't care. I say, well done for trying. But just in case he's going down looking for a penalty, I want him to stop. I want him to stand up, right? Because he'll stand up outside the box and be strong. So do it in the box, But I wouldn't criticise any Chelsea player today, even if we had a drawn or if we'd have lost, because they're trying. They can do no more than they're doing. They're being creative. The two our two skilled players like Hazard and Pedro, they both did well, and they were swapping over sides into play. They're very good, very good. No, you can't do any more. You just got to keep working until it finally changes. And you've got to stick with the manager. Stick with this manager. Do not give up on this manager, because I'll tell you one thing. It took Chelsea and Chelsea supporters 10 years or more to get over losing him. So don't shoot yourself in the foot again by getting rid of him.
Fully agree.
Because he is the man. He is the man. Luckily, I feel like it's died down now, all that flipping hype about, putting the pressure on him. Shouldn't have pressure on him. I think the Chelsea supporters have stood up and said who they want anyway, and you need to listen to the supporters. So, well done, Mr. Abramovich. You've done great with the club, and stick with your man.
Brilliant.
He's the right man.
Matic was a beast in midfield. Diego did make a few mistakes. I thought he was at fault for not going in when Hazard made those good runs and trying to cross the ball in.